Hi, I'm Nadia Dunn, your host of CCL TV. TV made by the industry, for the industry, but who are CCL? Well, CCL are an independent and neutral third-party logistics service provider and custom clearance specialist. From e-concept to e-logistics for e-commerce, CCL has the e-solution. Now, joining me today are the CCL leadership team. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. How are you all?
Very well.
Good. Have you had a nice first day in Miami?
It's been all right.
It's been very good, and we have some very good news about today.
Excellent. Tell me what it is.
Shark.
We did. Well, actually, it was teamwork.
Now, is a shark a nickname for one of the delegates, or is this...
No, it was actually a real shark.
Excellent. Now, this is the first time that you've all been together at a conference since the last Miami WMX Americas trip in, what was it, 2020?
2019.
Wow.
Seriously. Yeah. And he was back. He was here in this hotel right here.
Really? And how does it feel to be back?
It feels like coming home. Seriously, because you got delegates which are here. Obviously, you haven't seen them for 2 years, and it's like, you know, what do you do? Do you fist pump? Do you like hug? Do you kiss? What do you do? So I do all three.
Yeah.
It's like home because he's on first name terms with all the waiters and waitresses. Anyway, so
Yeah, they remember you.
Well, you know, you pay them off, you get what you want.
Well, rewind a bit for us, Rudee, to our new CCL TV audience and our existing audience. Tell us an intro about CCL, like the top line.
CCL, okay, born in 1999, right? Established as a customs broker. We figured that we wanted to come into the industry to change the industry. We didn't just want to, put it this way, there was lots of brokers out there, customs agents and customs brokers out there that weren't really thinking, I don't like to use this terminology, but they weren't really thinking outside the box, right? So we came in, we created tailor-made solutions for some of our customers, and we basically just pushed the boundaries and went from strength to strength. Right, 23 years later, if I've done my maths right,
Just extra fingers.
we are now what I consider the market leaders in gateway, customs clearance, and e-commerce logistics.
And so, from the company starting that many years ago, how did you start getting involved in events? And you know, when you went to your first few, did you kind of think, "Wow, look where we're going"? Was it exciting that build up?
Yeah, I was actually invited to one of these events, actually a WMX event, and actually it was in Miami, probably about 16 years ago, whenever. And
when you were 21, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. And when I turned up and I had my customs clearance badge on, everyone's looking at me like, oh, customs and excise, so what are you doing here? You know what I mean? It's more or less like hiding paperwork and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, but the attitude was, well, we don't need you. We're a postal service. We don't need customs. We do it internally. Oh, we don't need you. We don't need you, right? But I said, look, one day you're going to need us. But why is that? Because a lot of your postal product, which is coming through, right? They're high value. They're not just letters coming through your front door. They're high value goods that need customs control on, right? So just over the years, I just kept on coming back, like being that pain in the side. Not you again.
Oh, it's him.
Oh, it's you again. Oh, it's you again. And I just kept on coming, right? And then eventually, you know, we had one big break, one major customer, and everything just flooded from then, really.
Great.
Yeah.
And Stu, if you just pass the mic to Jason.
Yeah, sure.
From a business development perspective, tell us about why WMX is different to other events.
I guess WMX has a lot of synergy to CCL because CCL has always been this neutral partners to service provider for e-commerce retailers and online marketplaces. We have been this, we're doing the customs clearance and gateway logistics for them, and we are not competing with them, but we are, genuinely the neutral partner for them. And I think we have helped a lot of our existing customers from this network doing their cross-border e-commerce logistics. And it's really nice to be back and, after 3 years to be able to meet them face to face again.
Yeah.
Just ask them what their maybe their new projects are.
Exactly, and network and make even more connections.
Exactly, and this is the perfect place for us, really.
Yeah. And Mark, if you just pass to Mark, tell us about how COVID and the pandemic has affected CCL and events like this.
Well, obviously with the events, you can't get to them. So obviously that's a big difference. I think the industry did try to do something virtually, but there's nothing quite like coming to the event and actually seeing the people face to face. So.
Yeah, it's good to be back. And Rudee, tell us about some of the challenges that CCL has faced over the last couple of years.
Well, the biggest one, obviously, the elephant in the room is COVID, right? So with the COVID situation that we had, no flights, then there was no ships, so there was no transport really. Then eventually, slightly, things started to open up, right? So the biggest challenges, so we had customers that had product, but they couldn't move the product, right? So even customers and competitors were teaming up, moving freight cross-border, by whichever means they could. Customs, right? So we've had Brexit as well. In the middle of all this, we've had Brexit going on, and that's just been a pain in the ass, really. Right? We didn't want it in the industry. We didn't want it. Nobody in the industry wanted the Brexit campaign, but it's happened. We had a whole year of learning again, right? And we're still learning. So, regardless of what anyone out there is telling you, Brexit is smooth, seamless. No, it's not. Right? There's still challenges going on today.
Do you think CCL responded well to all of these changes and have made the most out of the opportunities that were there?
Stuart did. So.
Was that Stuart needs a bonus?
Yeah, I definitely heard that.
It's been a week, hasn't it, since the last one?
Yeah, Rudee woke up one day and Brexit was done, and he said, "Oh, what did you do about it?" I then explained what we'd done.
And you had a few extra wrinkles.
Yeah. Well, sorry, just to add on to that is that I wasn't being funny there, but Stuart he's been like at the forefront of all this on all the committee meetings. He's been going up to Parliament and all kinds of places, rubbing shoulders with bigwigs and stuff. Right? He's been on all the Zoom and Teams meetings, just really making sure that CCL is at the forefront of the changes and new regulations and stuff as well. Right? So we've had to, and we're kind of like the go-to. Right? All the other like, CCL don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you don't keep up, then you're left behind. And, we've seen so many companies that have, unfortunately, been left behind.
It was recognising that opportunity that we've got suddenly 27 more countries to import from. From a customs broker point of view, it was excellent, but it's getting everybody's mindset around it. We've been so used to moving stuff, but as long as I've been around, just moving stuff across the border, absolutely no problem at all. To suddenly, we knew what had to be done. We knew there was going to be new customs regulations. But
he's not talking about smuggling, by the way.
Yeah, let's get that straight.
But it was sort of just how's that going to look from day one? I just always remember that January the 1st, that sleepless night the night before. We put everything into place of how it was going to go. And when the trucks started coming across the border, it all kind of worked. We had a few little glitches, which wasn't us. And it worked, and it's gone from strength to strength.
But it's about learning from that, isn't it? And CCL are really good at learning from things like that and building on it, which is
the things we love a challenge.
Yeah.
Really and truly, it's all about challenges, right? And you put the hurdles in front of us, and we're going over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think CCL has always been very good with educating our customers as well, because the new customs regulations, VAT changes and everything. We need to help our customers understand how to do this, and to help them get through this the borders now that hasn't been existed for so long. So I think it's been a learning curve for both CCL and our customers as well.
I would say as well that I think we're sort of sitting here as the top management, but of course there's a whole team behind us that have worked, and I've been impressed with the way that they've adapted and they've changed, and we've put stuff in front of them to do, and that's from the sort of operational, the clerks, even the warehouse, and then Mark from an IT point of view has had to get his team to adapt and change things that we do. So the entire team has worked sort of tirelessly to make it work. So it's I think it's a credit to everybody here and
team
the
effort.
entire team.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that is what CCL is all about, as we know with the CCL experience, and
Exactly.
it's about being a family and connecting and working together, which CCL always does. Always does. Oh, I'm emotional. Which CCL do very well.
Yeah, of course.
Now,
Grandad Rudee, who looks after the whole family.
Did you call me granddad? That's wisdom and knowledge.
that's what he meant, not an age thing.
Exactly.
Now, Now, Rudee, can you tell us about any products or developments that you've brought here to WMX or that are happening for CCL?
Well, we have CCL TV, a brand new app, right, which I'm proud to say.
Everyone can download it now on the App Store.
And the Google Play Store.
Excellent. Rudee, as you were.
As you were. So we have ePay, right, the CCL ePay.
Yeah, so we're launching a brand new platform for taking payment of DDUs. DDUs is still something that's still going on. We've completely simplified it, so it is the transactions complete within 2 steps. But we've got a new online platform for it, a new mobile phone application. It gives us, brokers and even the shippers, a little bit more control over their DDU products, so they can get them through and get paid, get them delivered.
Excellent. Well, that's massive, isn't it? Having our own app for CCL TV is a huge...
Do you know what? When we first sat down and said we were going to start doing Zoom meetings and we're going to interview some of our clients and potential prospects, because of the lockdown, we never actually thought we were going to get to this stage, to turn this whole CCL TV experience into an app, right? Take the show on the road. I think we've been to like 4 different countries now. This is the 4th, 3 countries, the 4th event we've been to. It's just come on leaps and bounds, really. It's credit to the team.
Yeah,
credit
absolutely.
to the team, really. Excellent.
And now, can you tell us about any other objectives or plans that you've got for CCL over the next year?
Can't tell you.
If I tell you, I have to kill you.
That's because we don't know.
Jason.
Yeah, throughout the pandemic, there has been an increased demand for sea freight service. So we have provided the sea freight FBA services for our customers, which has grown really from strength to strength. So this year we will broaden our channels to enable us to provide. Actually, to increase our capacity, because the demand is just higher and higher, so that we have already established all the channels, and now it's down to our customers to really give us the business, give us more business really for this year. So we're looking forward to have more sea freight business, and at the same time we're also looking to grow our road freight services, clearance service from European Union as well. Yeah.
So lots on the horizon.
Yes, and also I think there's our new product CCL TV. It's going to be there's a huge potential for this platform. I think we will aim for this platform to enable whoever looks for the logistics service, they can look into our platform and also have a look at who is providing what kind of services. So hopefully they can find what they wanted from this platform.
Well, fingers crossed over the next year for all of those things. Now, just quickly, we've talked a lot about the business side of things. Rudee, you look like you're about to say something.
I was just about to cough, actually.
Go ahead, cough. We're all friends here. Now, so we've talked about the business areas. What about on a personal side? Are there any stories that we can?
Mark's pregnant.
Breaking news! Breaking news!
Breaking news. Mark is pregnant.
One thing, talking about DDU. Manj in the warehouse, who's a really great guy. Ops manager.
Yeah.
His number plate ends in DDU.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that if anyone deserves a bonus, come on.
I'm sure that was done by accident. He didn't know.
He did tell me it was
He
an
loves
accident.
CCL too much.
Didn't have a clue.
DDU services.
Yeah.
Get CCL.
I think the CCL was quite expensive, but the DDU was about 50 quid. I think.
But yeah, I mean, you guys have worked together for so long. Any what's your favourite moment with CCL and the guys?
Going home.
Flight home.
My favourite, my favourite moment is I tend to, when I'm on site, when I'm in the office, I tend to do like a walk around. right? And that walk around could take me like 2 hours. We only got 15,000 square foot, but you know, I take my time. Right?
Stop and chat to everyone.
Stop and chat to people, see what, you know, how their weekend was, how their families and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
That's normally when the overtime goes up as well.
You must miss out on my office when you do that.
No, because you guys are so busy, you don't want to talk anyway, so I bypass your doors. And yeah, but I quite like talking to the staff because, you know, when you're working, I've worked for companies where I didn't actually know who my boss was. Do you understand what I mean? I didn't know who the owner of the company was. I just didn't know. You just didn't see them at all, right? So I actually make it my business to actually go and see people, to talk to them and, you know, see how they're getting on, see who they like, who they don't like, you know, getting on the gossip.
That's more important.
Yeah, I quite like that, really. Yeah, spending a lot of time chatting with the staff.
Yeah, I think that's one of our favorite moments because, you know, we used to work in the office, like, you know, this industry can really, you know, keep you on your toes and all the time. But when Rudee comes into the room and, you know, suddenly lightens the mood and everything just seems wonderful. And
well, the only thing I say is get on with your work.
After 2 hours chair, I was like, we need some work. We have some work to do, you know.
Can you go back to your office?
Now can you just finish that story now?
You know, everyone's so polite. They don't say, "Look, hurry up, man,
There is a thing in work called Rudee time. So if you have
It's
a meet,
always as you're going home.
yeah, and it's a quick chat, which is normally 2 hours. That's the way.
You got 5
And
minutes.
if you have a 1 hour meeting, it's times it by about 3. So it's 3 hours. I always phone the missus. If Rudee says I've sort of WhatsApp, I'm going to be late tonight. But we do end up just chatting. You start with something, you end up and brainstorming and all sorts of stuff. So and that's it. Just
I know why. When you say right, you have to go to the dentist and all
Yeah.
that. It's good. Give me like a week's advance notice. It puts it on the calendar.
every day. Have you not seen that? Every day at 5:30, a dentist appointment.
Well, it's always a pleasure to work with you guys at CCL, so thank you so much for being here. And thank you to you guys for watching CCL TV. And remember that CCL are much more than packages.